Yo, man. We back at it. Look where we at. We in the kitchen. This your boy Al Bills.
And it's your boy Knox.
We had Total Refined Entertainment. You can subscribe, like, share, comment.
And don't forget to hit that notification bell.
And when you hit that bell, we appear. And we come through. And we coming through with friends. E-Dubs After Dark. Keisha Passion for Fashion. Cooking with Ray. Hey, man. We on one.
You know it.
Okay. You know it. Hey, look, Knox, man, we got a lot to talk about, my brother.
Yes, we do.
But before we do, man, how you feeling today?
I'm feeling good, man. You know, we got E-Dubs in the studio today.
Hey,
he ain't on camera. You know what I mean?
He got a joint coming up.
But he here. That's what we do. That's what we do.
Yo, man. So look, man, a few topics, but the one that's really being talked about, because, you know, this is the last game. You're going to see who's going to be the first champion, right?
Yeah, out the organizations.
So we got two of the best two words. Game 7. Indiana versus OKC.
Yeah.
Yo, they needed the ratings. I mean, it's definitely
That looks suspect to me.
A good series because the refs are letting them play. You know what I mean? The physicality in that game is just crazy and out the door. You feel what I'm saying?
And there hasn't been a Game 7 in a while.
It hasn't been a Game 7 since what, 2016, 17?
Or something like that.
Yeah, with that was with Cleveland.
Well, Game 7
right?
was 2016.
Yeah.
When LeBron and them won.
Right, there you go. But so kind of on point.
And he also the last MVP to win a chip 2 in 2020. So you know, things can be changed to a different dynamic after this.
So what you thinking? Because usually OKC wins right after they lose. Is this going to be one of them cases? Do Indiana finally get their get back far as going back to back wins? Have they found a niche or what they was doing in Game 6?
This is what I think. Because you know they got beat worse than that. Minnesota beat them by 42. Yeah, you know what I mean. So when the score made it look like it wasn't that big of a blowout, but we know the game was over from beginning to end.
Facts.
You know what I mean. Sometimes the score just be misleading.
They was on one. You already knew, like, oh no, it's gonna be one of them games.
It's gonna be a Game 7. I already knew that. Yeah. I turned it off at halftime.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, for real. This and I ain't gonna front. It was kind of boring. At some points it was like exciting to see. Man, when I had it on, but you know I was washing dishes.
I was doing other things too.
What I mean?
I was
vacuuming. You know what I mean? Hold on, I took a shot, came back. Okay, all right, back. Yeah, the only joint that I regret missing, I think, was the Game 1 because I missed Halliburton joint.
Yeah.
And I thought it was over.
Me too.
And I went and took a shower. I came back. I'm like, oh shit, they won. Yeah. Damn, I missed the shot, huh? Damn, you know what I mean? So I must have been in the shower for a minute.
Then you got to be on the highlight reel all day looking at it.
Yeah, right.
It ain't like
seeing it right there. You know what I mean? I'm like, because you want to see that shit right there. You know what I mean? Like, nah, I want to see it when it happens. And when you miss it, you be like, damn. And everybody be talking about it and shit. You be like, oh.
All right, man. I want to hear it no more, man. Let's talk about the next game.
Yeah, man. No more, man. Let's talk about some shit I fucking seen and shit. You know what I mean? Like, nah, we ain't gonna do that. But no, man, we got Game 7, man. So definitely exciting to see because you have two small markets as well that's about to win. One or the other, Indiana or OKC. You know what I mean? So in Game 6, Indiana Pacers played very well against Shaq. They cut off his spin move. Yeah. You know what I mean? They was really not showing the double, but as soon as he made a move, they was right.
They got the ball right there.
Right. So my thing is they're going to be consistent doing that in this game.
It seemed like, all right, when he scores under 30, there's only 2 games he scored under 30.
And what's that?
This finals. Game 3 and Game 6. You know, he was averaging 32.8 going into Game 6. So it might be down a little bit by like 28.9, 29 point something by now. that can go still up over 30. You know, I believe he's going to have a big game.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? I believe that's going to happen. Both players play better at home.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, Chet ain't really been doing shit for real.
No, he really hasn't.
He been looking like a real ball.
Listen, you know we do numbers. Boy, shoot 9% for 3-point range, man. That's not good at all. No. That's not good at all.
Defensively, ass.
I mean, he needs some plays.
Nah, man.
But he hasn't been.
He get nothing but turnovers.
He haven't been consistent
since
this joint. He hasn't been.
Yeah, man. He had. I don't know what Rick Carlisle got them guys doing out there, but the way. But people forget. Yeah, that's a championship coach. But also too, they also have a championship player on that squad too, which is Siakam.
Yeah, you know
what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So with that right there, Siakam really got to be the X factor in game.
But that's the thing that I'm looking at as the X's and O's come to play. They don't really make plays for Siakam, and they should.
They should.
They should make plays for him because he has a mismatch all the time. He's always bigger than his defender. He can shoot over him, and he's quick. He can go around him.
I'm going to say this.
They don't utilize him the way he needs to be utilized.
But, like, Siakam got a game, like, what do he do very well? He just played very good, and you know what I mean?
Downhill.
You know he got skill, but, like.
Downhill. But you still got to.
You got to get open there because they be running. He be jogging back and shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Who you got? Who we got? Oh man, the last drum
I say OKC in 6, right?
Yeah.
But of course it's going to 7 games. I expect them to lay an egg the other night. But I just believe they're going to get it done. Oklahoma City's going to win their first title. But I do want to say I'm very impressed by the former Sixer, T.J. McConnell. I ain't see that in him.
Stepping it up.
For real, he's been more consistent than Halliburton.
Yes, he has.
For real. Yeah. And the other night, when they brought him in there, T.J. was cooking. They was like, why did Rick Carlisle didn't just ride the hot hand? You supposed to know that. You was on Boston.
Yeah, but
you know what I'm saying? You supposed to know that.
You know, in these day and age, man, you got to play your stars. That's what
man,
they get paid
you got to play what's working. Because your stars can
because
them.
Then all right. So what if he don't play him? Then it becomes a question like, is he really ready? That can do a psyche to a play like that. He ain't really playing at the end. Now the media's on my ass. They think I can't play. Who knows how he will perform after that? You know what I mean? So it could be a lot of factors with that, though. You know what I mean?
But I never heard T.J. McConnell speak this way. He said, "Yo, they can't guard me."
Yeah.
It is a
really?
match. Yeah, really? If T.J. McConnell telling you they can't guard me, keep him in there. He's telling you, I got this. Yeah. For real. Yeah. Just think about it.
Yeah. Game 7.
We talking about him talking like that, though.
Game 7, he was cutting Dookie. I mean, it ain't. He was cutting
4 steals.
Yeah.
9 rebounds.
Off the bench.
Now, I mean, what do you have, like 12, 14 points? Something like that?
Look here,
and you know, assists, like, yo, he's filling up the stat sheet.
Yeah. When
you got a player that scores 4, don't hit a field goal, the night not your night. But sometimes you have to say that as field coach. He rolled.
Yeah. But how about
you gotta do that?
But look, one more thing. How about Neymar defense?
It's been very, very good. Very good.
He's been on Shea most of the time.
Yeah.
And Shea been mad as shit. Like, his bag is becoming non-bagless. But he don't got that bag, and they not really calling them fouls like that.
But this the thing with that. They supposed to do that. If you the MVP, you've been doing this all year. It's like we've seen this rerun before.
Yeah.
We got to try to change the dynamics of this.
Yeah.
We got to let them other guys beat us. You know what I'm saying? Right. We can't let you get off.
Yeah.
But then Jalen Williams was scoring. Now, I mean, he still scored the most out of everybody in a single game, 40.
Right.
Shane reached 48. He had 38 one game and 34. But with that being said, man, like, it's about how you do things, man. Like,
man.
You have Rick Carlisle put that defense together to shut LeBron down where Jason can't. You know what I mean? Like, he knows how to play put his players in the scheme. Mm-hmm. Now it's not always about offensive scheme, defensive scheme too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So he was doing. He's done a very good job. But it seems like when one coach gets the up, then my man come back with it. It's like it's been seesaw. It's been a seesaw thing going on.
Chess. And give it up to
but somebody gonna play checkers tomorrow night.
To the rookie,
somebody gonna have to play checkers.
Head coach tomorrow night. He's been coaching a hell of a game.
Yeah. As well. Somebody gonna play chess tomorrow night. It's gonna look like they played chess.
One more thing about Game 7 is that Jalen Williams has to have one of them games as well.
I expect him to.
Who was that? Lee Smith and them guys shut him down. Game 6.
Everybody got shut down Game 6.
Yeah, they was on one.
I'm like, what did y'all feed them? You know what I mean? I don't know what was going on.
So look, man, with that, I think you said you sticking with OKC?
Of course. I picked them all year. I picked them in Boston.
You did.
You know what I mean? Yeah. We all nobody outside of Indiana expected them to be here.
Right.
Not no shade on them, but come on now.
Yeah. Fact.
Who saw this coming?
Yeah. Right. No, that's a fact though. You know what I mean? It was surprising and but they stuck to it and I always have to remind people they was in the Eastern Conference Finals last year.
Yeah. Y'all swept them though.
For a reason.
Y'all swept.
Yeah, but they got their ass kicked. Sometimes you got to learn.
They was close games though.
And then next time
they was close games.
Because I'm pretty sure they was ready for us, and ain't no doubt about it. If we had to been in the Eastern Conference with us against them, I know that would have been a motherfucking rumble. You know what I mean? But you know,
because people don't forget shit when they get knocked down.
Yeah, but I'm a go because I did switch my jaw and I went with the Pacers, right?
No,
jaw. Or did I stick?
No. You said that that's when they was up 2-1.
Yeah.
And you know the last segment that we did. So you know of course they tied it up then 3-2 and then boom boom boom. But you know you got my pick. What's your pick?
I mean originally I did pick OKC. You know what I mean?
Forget they at home.
And they always win. Coming off of a loss.
They haven't lost 2 straight. You know what I mean? And since like early in the year.
Damn, this joint is going to be tricky as hell because I'm going back and forth, man. I know I'm switching it, but I'm going to have to go with OKC again.
I'm sticking to my guns, man. You know how MOP said back in the day, stick to your guns, man. Stick to your guns.
Oh, man. I'm about to go with OKC.
All right, that's good.
No, real shit, man. I look, I've been switching my shit up, but look, man, I'm going with OKC on this joint. Hey, look, man, Ace Belly canceled visits with the Sixers.
Yeah, why? Man. Why?
I was trying to find out why. I thought he was projected to be the number 2 pick, right?
Well, we have 3.
3, okay. Well, the number 3 pick will be projected because you got Cooper Flagg, you got the other kid from
Dylan Harper.
Yeah,
his teammate,
and then Ace Belly.
Yeah, that's the top 3 that's projected to go.
So what is Sixers is trying to do now? Listen, these niggas always be fucking up a pick, man. I don't know what's up with these dudes, man.
No, I ain't that they messing up the pick. If the person's like canceling visits. And no, that don't mean that he don't want to come here.
Oh, okay.
He might say, "Yo, y'all seen enough."
Okay, so
I was at Rutgers. I'm right there.
So it's on the player then. His agent canceled the visit.
Probably most likely.
Oh, okay. But we don't know for sure though. Oh, okay.
Yeah, but if they ain't put out the reason, we can't speculate. Because you know what I'm saying?
I'm speculating. I need to know. Look, what's going on?
You just said you just doing that because it's the Sixers, but it's all good. It's all good. Go ahead and get your shots in.
I'm speculating. What is going on? Why?
Get your shots in.
Ace Belly, why? You supposed to be projected number 3.
Watch this show, comment, or come in here and tell us why did you cancel that visit.
That's right. Yeah, come on up here.
Come on in there. Now, man, we ain't got no, we ain't got no problems with you. Yeah. We just want to know.
Yeah, safe place. You dig what I'm telling you?
We want to know.
But
I still like you though.
But that'll be crazy. If it is that y'all really didn't want it, because it was reports that y'all was looking at other folks.
Right. And apparently he ain't want to put in no work with the Sixers. He ain't want to put that work in.
Sometimes the first 5 picks is little divas. Some people got a head on their shoulders and stuff like that. And and when you talk outside of them, knowing that they already supposed to be number 3, they got they ducats lined up like.
Right. But they do that in football too, though. They don't.
But I'm sorry, hearing you looking
too,
at other people.
Why
are you looking at other people? And you know, I'm the number 3 pick. What try? I mean, I don't. You know, I don't know, man.
I ain't gonna look too much into it till we really know what's going on.
Yeah.
But now, next segment we should know.
Hopefully,
because matter of fact, our next segment is when the draft is going on. You know what I mean? So we gonna be here live for y'all doing that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Look out for that. But you know another thing I want to touch on. What's that? Know what I mean? What we talked about in the green room about the Panthers and the Oilers, man. Yeah. Listen, man, I'm mad.
Talk about it.
This is all us Philadelphia fans want for the Flyers to be ran like that. I saw how they put the team together. I saw them go against the Vegas Knights, lose 4-1 in 23. Then played against the Oilers last year, won a game 7. Now they won another one.
Yeah.
But this the thing. I noticed that they bring the MVP differently than basketball.
What you mean?
They got my man because he scored 15 goals in the whole playoffs.
Okay.
The MVP is supposed to be done for the Stanley Cup, who had the best games.
Okay.
My man had 6 goals in 5 games. My man, now Sam Bennett's the one that won it. But I'm talking about Brad Marchand, the one that they got from the trade deadline. Okay. From the Boston Bruins.
And he's the player that had 5 goals.
He didn't do nothing in 6 games. The 6th game, but then they got the other boy scored 4 goals.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, Sam Bennett scored 4.
But what did he do very well though? Why did he get the MVP? Was it just only scoring goals, or was he?
I mean, he got assists and all that, but you got to think about it. 15 goals from one player in the playoffs. 15. So they said he scored 15. I'm like, well, dang, okay, I see how they do it. They don't do it like who had the best, because we have the conference finals MVP.
Okay.
You know what I mean, in basketball, then we go to the next level. They didn't do that in hockey. But it used to be that way because Connor McDavid lost and won the MVP last year.
Damn.
You know what I mean? So it's kind of crazy how they doing it.
Yeah.
But I think Brad Marchand should have won MVP. I ain't taking nothing away from Sam Bennett. Nothing at all. But maybe because he the new guy.
Yeah.
And they ain't want to give it, you know what I mean? That's what I'm thinking. But they wouldn't win that shit without him.
But there got to be something else other than just the goals.
I'm just saying from me looking at it, because I watched quite a few of them games. And he was always, they always went up 2-0 every game.
Okay.
And it was him.
Okay.
So he started the momentum. Then it's like everybody fed off of him because they were so focused on him.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then other people's getting goal. Ain't nobody expect no Sam Bennett to get no 4 goals. No game 6. They was looking at Markin and he's looking at Albert. You know what I mean?
Oh, so they saying the 4 goals in the last because he was open. He was open to do it.
Yeah, but
because if they was worrying about the other guys, then that's what that man and probably did. I don't know. That sounds kind of crazy in one game.
Yeah,
4 goals in one game.
Matter of fact, it's Reinhardt. Crazy. That's who scored the 4 goals. Reinhardt.
Okay.
Reinhardt scored, but it was Sam Bennett and it was Brad Marchand that really was. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They was on one. Like you scored 6 goals in 5 games. They can't stop. You know what I mean? Basically, so that's all. I just want to say that. But I just wish the Flyers get it together, man, because I would love to see a June parade. Not when it's just cold. I got no Eagles win all the Super Bowls they won. But ain't nothing like a June parade, man. Because I never witnessed that. I didn't go to the 6th parade. My mommy let me go.
Has won. What year was that?
Huh?
When the last time the Flyers has won?
75.
Yeah.
I was 2 years old.
Yeah, I wouldn't even thought of.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I know about the Broad Street Bullies came from them, but I had watched tape. You know what I'm saying? So Bobby Clark and all them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Hey, look.
But I did call it though. Remember we talked. I said Florida.
Yeah, you did say.
I said Florida it look like they ain't going nowhere no time soon, man. And that's the crazy thing about it. That's scary.
Yeah.
3 years in a row, you won 2 out of the 3. That's hard to do in hockey. Because that's so physical, man.
Right.
So physical. Now I think my man about to roll. Connor McDavid.
Just to chime in on y'all, you don't have to go from the back room, but the Flyers, I think, 74, 75, because they went back to back. Yeah. That was the Broad Street Bullies.
Yeah, Broad Street Bullies.
Yeah.
I had the T-shirt.
Yeah. Bobby Clark.
I wouldn't even thought of.
Yeah.
I never seen
they did. They was different. They was bullies.
And
you know what I mean?
And here we go.
The city deserved that though. Like the Flyers, man. I mean, just from a personal standpoint, they should have won something by now. We had a lot of.
But look at the opportunities we had.
Teams.
Look at the opportunities we had.
But don't the Flyers have not recently, but has a new owner, correct? So.
The board. Yeah, they just keep firing coach after coach, but the coach they got now, he's supposed to be like a player's coach. So you got to give him time because we went to a rebuilding.
Man.
We went to a rebuilding. You know what I mean? So then we went through the thing with Carter Hart with the sexual you know what I'm saying? With the sexual battery thing, that case. You know what I mean? So he's gone. He's a big part of our success, what we was doing.
Okay.
He was, you know what I mean, he was up and coming. But I do got to bring this person's name up, and then I'm just going to finish it from here. EU know, if my man Pelly Lindbergh would not have died, I believe we was going to win.
Oh, yeah,
the goalie we had, he crashed over there in
he lived,
Voorhees.
They get 2 or 3.
Because he in 85, right?
Yeah.
The boys like that. I wish they could sell his jersey, but the family was like, nah. I would have put that jersey in the heartbeat, man.
Wow.
Pelly Lindbergh.
Damn.
Rest in peace. All right.
Damn, that's crazy.
What we on now, my brother? What you want to discuss now?
Man.
So much going on.
There's so much, man. I mean, I don't know if it's off or still on, but, it's a fight, the Haney and Tiafomo.
That's my man, too. I like
I seen it was supposed to been contract signed, but then again, I seen they supposed to have canceled. So I don't know if these guys playing. Well, but I would like to see that fight.
Well, this me too. But this is more about Lopez. About it said personal reasons.
Oh man, come on, man.
Yeah, I think he
be on live and shit like that.
No, but let me tell you why.
Rumble.
Let me tell you why. His
now he don't want
fight,
to rumble.
No, the fight that he lost to Cambrosos, right? He was going through a thing with his wife over the with the custody of the kid, right? Custody of the son, and he was getting over the COVID, right?
Okay.
So he lost that fight. It was a split decision.
Okay.
So he want to make sure his mind right. He know it's other things going on in his personal life. He want to be locked in.
Okay.
I don't think he's scared, but I still think
who you
something
talking
about the money.
Tiafomo?
Yeah.
What year is this? You talking like when all this happened? This just happened recently?
No. I'm talking about before, and his mom wasn't there.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because he was dealing with the court stuff.
What about now? What he doing
now?
That's
what I'm saying. He know what that happened, how that happened to him. You know what I mean? So now he just want to make sure.
Oh, why he a little throw it off or something? Or
I don't know, man. It said personal reason. They ain't saying exactly what. I'm just going back.
I'm trying to find out what's going on with him now.
He said personal reason.
And why he ain't trying to rumble?
It's something about the money too.
He's talking about something that happened in 2014.
No, but I'm just talking about his personal reasons and his mental.
2014,
you got when you fight, you still got to be mental. No matter how much shape you in, how good of a shape you in, you got to be mental. So. Maybe it's something mental going on.
Sound like he mental. He be in there, he was talking shit to people. He up there in the live like this.
Yeah, he do that.
Talking this shit, you know what I mean? But it has been a lot of shit talking going on amongst boxers. And you ain't gotta talk about the big names. Just boxers that want to get in the ring.
Yeah.
And they making boxing exciting again because now it's like, oh shit. And
Yeah, we
like,
want those fights that we want to see.
Yo, it's like, okay, these guys rumbling or wanting to. Let's set it up, whatever like that, you know. So I think boxing is making a turn as far as the fights, because you have Canelo
and Crawford.
You know what I mean? They just did a
that's still on
face-off press conference, John, and they talking they shit. You know, Canelo like he's not going to beat me.
No, but
like,
that fight's supposed to be in August though with Lopez.
It's not going to happen.
That was supposed to be right around the corner before the Canelo joint. That would have set us up for that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm disappointed in that.
Yeah.
Because I do want to see them fight.
Yeah.
But if the man say he ain't ready, he don't want to go out there and possibly lose because he ain't right.
Yeah.
So, but I do want you to fight him though. Don't.
Yeah.
Sooner than later.
Yeah, I want to see that because for real, I don't think. Correct me if I'm wrong, but who Haney fight? For real, like a name, somebody who
he fought Ryan Garcia, but then you know they had
Ryan.
But that is a no contest.
He wasn't he?
That's a no contest though because he tested positive for something.
Okay.
Ryan Garcia, so that one loss that was on his record is now a no contest. So it's like he's still undefeated.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
This is okay.
Haney, yeah.
Yeah, but he ain't fighting nobody yet. You know what I mean? So it's
but
like,
him.
Yeah, but right. Oh yeah, that's right. But like, even I think
Teofimo can whip his ass. Truthfully,
Mikey Garcia, Ryan Garcia. Is it Mikey or Ryan?
Ryan that he fought.
It's Ryan who we fought, right?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
And Ryan got him.
Yeah.
But then they said he tested positive.
With the PED so shit, whatever he had.
No contest now and all
like that. But come on, man. But still, who you fight? Even before that and after. You know what I mean? So I think he be ducking too. Like
I think he wanted the bag, and Teofimo was like, "You ain't fight nobody."
Of course you're gonna make.
You know what I mean?
You want to make your money.
So when we go weight classes, who are we looking at? Like we got Boots Ennis out there.
I like to see something.
I mean, I would love to see Boots in the ring with somebody.
Yeah.
That I can say.
Right.
Yeah. Can step up to a Crawford or somebody.
Right. I'm ready to rumble,
really,
man.
We
like
know this, and this this your boy E-Dub. You know what I mean?
E-Dub.
I'm in the building.
E-Dub at the dark coming up soon.
You already know, man, and that's on Total Defined Entertainment. But listen. Some of these fights, like Al said, and he touched on it, man, they are crucial.
Yeah.
This Canelo and Crawford thing is going to be a century fight. Because don't get it fucked up. Canelo is big, but Crawford know how to throw them hands, man.
Yeah. He got power too.
And he ain't no punk. Like, so it's going to be a good one,
It's just the weight catch because it favors Canelo. You know what I'm saying with the weight. You know what I mean?
But you got to remember when you blow up after camp, right? Let's just do this. Crawford ain't walking around at what he normally would fight at. You understand what I'm saying? He walking around pretty much that natural weight. You ain't them skills for certain fighters as they get heavy, they tend to get more heavy-handed, and I like his power.
I
ain't never seen Canelo knocked out, but if I'm looking at this fight the way it could go, they gonna be throwing some shit back and forth.
You know what? Crawford,
somebody gonna get hurt.
It's good.
Both settle fighters.
Hold on, real quick though. Canelo is good. I mean, Crawford is good for hitting you with that punch that you don't see coming.
Yeah,
that's what he's very good at.
Yeah.
Don't forget the first time I saw him fight, he beat my man Gamboa. I saw that fight.
Oh,
and Gamboa outboxed 4 rounds. Then he switched to southpaw. I'm like, hold up, this dude's something different.
Whose son who just took a loss? He lost to the kid. Was it Cambosa Jr.? I think he lost with a motherfucking body shot or some shit like that.
For real? Was that last week?
Yeah, fucked him up. I seen that in my feed and shit. I'm like, damn, fucked him up. Crazy.
Stopped him in his tracks.
Yeah. But look, man, something else too, man. Just to mix it up, you know. Because we
put somebody in the blender today.
I'm gonna get to that. I do. You know what I mean?
Put somebody in the blender.
I'm gonna have to. You know. No, not right now. But get the. I'm gonna get to that blender. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because we always got to put somebody, and somebody's always doing something. You dig what I'm telling you? But look, man, for real, Dodo. But because we are artists by the end of the day. Music is pretty much our passion of what we do, and we share the same, vibe and everything. You feel what I'm saying? You see the logo, Putting in Work Entertainment and shit. So
in the kitchen,
and we in the kitchen, right? So with us, we got music out and things of that nature, but we had to something had to inspire us, right, to wanting to become an artist. Of any sort, you know what I mean? Either it was, rhyming or singing or some shit like that. Something inspired us. You know what I mean? So I want to ask you, Nas, what inspired you to become an artist?
Well, quite a few people inspired me. You know what I mean? But when it comes to like that street stuff, that hard stuff, and I was fortunate to do a song with him. It's Cool G Rap. You know what I mean? So and I told him that when I met him. You know what I mean? I'm like, yo, man, I don't think I ever heard a whack verse from you ever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, that's what's up. That's what's up, my G. You know what I mean? But just shout out to G Rap too,
Shout
man.
out to G Rap, man.
He influenced me a lot. I just remember walking to school. He made that long walk shorter.
Yeah.
Made the cold days warmer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The train robbery and all that. You know what I mean? It gets black, the page is white, all that, man. So racism, that was the name of the joint off the second album. Yeah, so it was G Rap, Kane, of course, Rakim.
Right.
Other people influenced me. Of course, NWA. So I was a real big Spice One fan too.
Okay.
Loved it.
Oh, that's dope.
You know what I mean? Yeah, he
was major out there.
He's like the first boy from the West Coast spitting that fast shit. You know what I mean? Yep. Especially on the Trigger Got No Heart.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Him and Pac was like this and shit. Them niggas
Jealous got me strapped.
Yeah, that's
still listen to that.
Yeah, man. So damn, that's dope.
You know what I mean? Big had a little something too. Nas, you know what I mean? If you was dope, I'll listen to you.
Right.
But what it is, what we're trying to just say, everybody who was original showed us how to be ourselves.
Right.
That's what I'm saying?
That's a fact, man.
Because people wasn't biting.
Nah.
They like, I
it was
want
frowned
like
upon. Them. You bit, it was frowned upon. Now, if you're doing R&B and you're doing covers,
they would see you.
That's allowed. But
they would see you about that biting stuff.
But coming in that hip hop culture, the hip hop culture is basically came from the streets. You know what I mean? But you have your four elements, and that's with the MC and the DJ and graffiti, the dancing. But also you got to mention the fashion and shit like that too. You know what I mean? Because a lot of fashion influence and put money in people's pockets too. You know what I mean? If it wasn't for hip hop, you know what I mean? Because you wanted to be that. You've seen that, and you've seen it was like, damn, that's us right there. Or okay, he got the new. That's how you learn how to dress too. Sometimes you be like, oh shit, he got
and you know what's crazy
with that? I'm going to the store right now. You know what I mean?
I came up on the feed for LL, right? He said he got his swag from Alpo.
I mean,
I was like,
he was
he did a lot of other stuff.
Yeah.
But when it came to that dressing, you know what I mean? He was on something different.
Yeah. But it
comes from the streets though.
Yeah, the streets.
Everything starts from the streets, the trenches.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah, the culture. And when you do that and shit, and even just before the hip hop, because hip hop had to come from something. You know what I mean? You got the reggae, you got the soul. All that was mixed in because it made you go back and listen to those songs.
A lot of those beats got sampled.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah, so it was like, oh damn, I remember this song and they killing it on this joint. I like how they did the beat and stuff like that.
When Nas and AZ did Life's a Bitch, I knew exactly what song they got. My heart It's growing. I was like, it's killing
what you know about that? You don't know nothing about that right
Come on,
there.
I'm old head, man.
You don't know nothing about that right there, boy.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, all right. 94, brother. When they dropped that joint. You know what I mean? Look at Warren G.
Yeah,
when he sampled that, regulators,
yeah.
he sampled that.
Yeah.
Time and time again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And a lot of those artists that was in the 60s, the 70s, you know what I mean, even the 50s and stuff like that. You know what I mean? You feel me? What's that?
The Sinners movie. Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
At the jukebox, you know what I mean? That was they thing.
Well,
you go over there.
The song was called "I Lied to You." Where he brought the old sounds from Muddy Waters all the way to the rap. And he just put all that in one 5-minute scene on the movie.
Like
and
that
most
folk,
of
that's
us
that
who
funkadelic.
grew up in that
Know what I mean?
generation
Recognizes.
Y'all hearing it for the first time, but that's our special
real.
assistant, Nikki. Y'all hear in the background.
Shout out to Nikki.
Yeah, listen.
Shout out to her.
You know what I mean? Definitely.
We conversate on here.
That's real. And what music do too for, you know what I mean? Because I'm gonna get to what inspired me as well. But what
I already know one of the dudes you gonna say.
What music do to you is personal.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You can hear something and it just do something to you, to your soul, and you be like, yo, I fuck with this artist, I fuck with this beat, I fuck with this, you know what I mean? The lyrics, it's talking, because you be going through something and the song come on, you be like, damn, they talking to me.
Yeah.
Damn, man. You know what I mean? Seriously.
I got one. Tupac. How do you want it?
Oh, that's
bass.
my shit.
See,
Yeah.
That's
my shit. Yeah.
Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
That
And
moved through us. We ain't even hear the words yet.
Right.
But the music.
And because the drums on that motherfucker, it, you know what I mean? It give you that tribal type of feel and shit. You know what I mean? It was like, oh yeah.
Remember Ice-T, you played yourself. That.
It's the sounds, man.
That's number one.
It's the waves, man. You feel me?
Yeah, I mean,
and the waves is real, and music. And one thing for sure, two things for certain. Good music lasts forever. You dig what I'm telling you?
Yeah.
And that's facts.
Great
man.
music is timeless.
You know, what inspired me to it was a little like R&B, soul. And then it came into the hip hop, cause you know my parents and my older brothers, they always big ass record,
on the floor,
with the stereo and one with the record player, the tape deck. You know what I mean? The radio joint and shit. My mom was like, "No, y'all can't touch this."
Yeah, I was just about to say that.
You can't touch this joint. You know what I mean? Don't play no records on my record player. But you know. I had a big brother, so you know we was in there spinning like you know what I mean. But like artists like I ain't gonna front, man, like Michael Jackson and shit.
He inspired a lot of people, bro.
Listening to that and shit, like yo, I'm like yo, this shit is just like the music, you know what I mean? And I'm a kid. When you get older, you start hearing what he really talking about. You understand it. You be like, oh shit, he was really like in his bag on some of these Jones, you know what I mean? But like Mike Jack, yeah, man, shit, and for real, the hip hop artists really who really got me like, yo, that I like this shit is like Heavy D and the Boys, Mr. Big Stuff and all that. I said, damn, that boy is big boy dancing and rapping like that. And he
doing it. Breath control and all that.
And he was dropping that shit too. Nigga was up there killing that shit. He was out there cutting dookie.
You know, I like when he changed his style around by like 92.
Yeah.
When he started doing that reggae.
Yeah,
when he's ready for them, then ready for me.
Because he was already Jamaican. You feel what I'm saying?
I'm like, yo, Heavy is killing it.
You dig me? On that tip, so like those artists, and then later on, y'all started really getting into it, with with the Killer Cams and the X's, you know what I mean?
I knew he was gonna say Cam.
Cam, Ghostface, Boots Hang, the whole, you know what I mean, shit like that, Nas, all that, Mobb Deep, all that, you know what I mean, was like really, like kind of like influential, especially me being a teenager and really getting into finding yourself. Those albums and shit was like. our motherfucking maps, our motherfucking guidelines to some shit out here. You know what I mean? So we listen to that
kind of set the blueprint for what you wanted to do.
Yeah,
in
man.
your own way.
You feel me?
In your own entity.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It gave you information and shit. You know what I mean?
Rest peace of Prodigy too, man. Yesterday made it 8 years, man.
And even with that R&B shit too, man. Rest in peace, Prodigy, man. Definitely.
He definitely was a big influence on me.
I mean,
one of my favorites.
His death date was yesterday. You know what I mean? 2017, June 20th. You know what I mean? Definitely gave the world a lot of bangers that people still play. You know what I mean? I know his family's eating. Got to be. You know what I mean?
And shout out to Santana Fox too, his daughter, man. She produced her own music. She doing the thing, man.
Yeah,
you know
man.
what I mean?
Yup.
She nice too.
Yeah, man. But look, man. Look. We in the kitchen. It's your boy Al Bills.
And your boy Knox.
And you know how we doing it, man. Find us at Total Define Entertainment. You can subscribe, like, share, comment.
And don't forget to hit that notification bell.
When you hit that bell, we appear. Voila. You dig what I'm telling you? Shout out to E-Dubs After Dark, Keisha Passion for Fashion, Cooking with Corray, the whole squadron. You know what I mean? We out here militant. You dig what I'm telling you? Oh, get the...
And now wrestling fans, y'all know this come from Vader. Vader used to do this. You know what I mean? He's like...
He kind of dookie right now.
I'm watching him a lot lately.
He on one. We out, man. You dig?